Okay, so today I got voice recording back. I know, crazy. After yesterday's no voiceover, whatever. So remember, I said, made a joke 2 days ago, I think, where I wanted to give a reason on why I'm drawing what I'm drawing, and I said, so you don't think I'm just got it from a dream. Well, ironically enough, you wouldn't believe where I got the idea for today. Yep, I dreamed about it. If you want details, it was it's a spider monster, and it acted like a spider in the dream. I know, crazy. It's definitely weird though, because it had. I draw skulls, but I think it was more of a porcelain mask type deal in my dream, and it ends up being a red body in the drawing, but it was more of a purpley one before. But I decided to switch it to red and more of skulls rather than masks. I also try to make it sorta spidery. It's there's technically 8 legs. It's just the 2 front ones are fused together. I also try to go with kind of contrasting colors that also are complementary. So red body, blue shell carapace, I guess. It's not a real spider. I'm a liar and a fraud. It's just what happens in the dreams. I also remember it having really long fingers, so I tried to put that in there. So yes, the lore of this creature is it came to me in a dream. TLDR. It also has, I'm not sure if it's like a combustion thing going on, but it does have an orange light inside of it. So I kind of thought of it being like more of a spirit representation rather than like an actual living creature. So it's like more of a body for an idea. What that idea would be, you don't know. That's your interpretation, I guess. Spider spirit with animal bones and shell spirit. Very common. I'm sure everyone knows about these ones. Yeah, I'm back to just rambling out. I don't know, I try to make the red look kind of like weird, twisted flesh, but not like raw muscle, I guess. It's like if it was red leathery skin. It's kind of what I'm going for. And I give the shell a pattern. Doesn't mean anything, but like, what if it did, you know? Right now I'm just doing the classic thing I do in rendering of making darks darker and giving highlights to the lights. And I'm kind of doing it more so for the red leathery skin, because it's like, if it was fleshy, it'd probably be a little wet. Because that's a great image to have in your head. Horrible flesh spider. It's also not supposed to actually be that big. Like, it's supposed to be roughly tarantula sized. Like the kind that people have as pets. So it's not real animal bones. It's they're fake. Mimicry, if you would. Although if it is just a spirit type animal creature spider thing, it could probably change its size and then, you know, be a little bit more accurate. The only reference I used for this was deer skull, and I used like probably the second image on Google Images, I believe. Second one that wasn't a product, at least. And I didn't look up any skulls or anything, even though I should have, because I was like, in my head I was like, if it is a porcelain mask, I'd rather not have it look accurate to the real thing. I'd rather have it be like a facsimile of it, so you can tell it's not right, but you can also tell like what it's supposed to be. I'm running out of ideas, so I guess I'll tell you more about it in the dream. Whatever, I'll get on with it. So this is technically the female of it, because there was a male version and it was much smaller, like probably 1/4 or half as big as this one, somewhere in there. And instead of being like red and porcelainy bony, it was just that blue hard carapace, except for its legs, but those also had a little bit of armor, and they did not have nearly as long as fingers and tiny little hands in comparison, at least. Okay, I'm finally on the shell, and I am just doing a random design. There's no real meaning to it. Feel free to assign one yourself. That's not in my job description. I just draw. I'm the silly art maker, making goofy little creatures. Because, you know, this is a goofy little silly little goof spider. Cute little guy. I'm sure it would very gladly shake your hand with its hands. Or, you know, like jump scare you in the dark or something. But that's why it has a weird furnace thing on its back, so it's like a nightlight, so you can't get jump scared in the dark. Also, having the weird furnace in the back does make it more spirit feeling to me. I'm not cut out for this, guys. I'm gonna be real. I can't yap for this long. At least without external input. Start asking me questions in the comments. Maybe I'll answer them. But you can only do it if you watch this part of the video. You don't need proof, because I won't be able to prove your proof, but I'll know. So now I'm just adding more details to it. Big surprise. More dark spots in the darkness. More weird dark folds. Color dodge layer to add light spilling out from that furnace thing. I'm now adding shadows based on the furnace light, and also if there was light coming from the, well, right now it's top right, but in the finished thing it is top left. So all the shadows are on the right and also angled downward. And that's just done with a multiply layer with like a gray purple, desaturated purple. I also add some of the blue from the floor, that blue-gray, into the multiply layer shadows, as if that was what was reflecting back into the shadow. Let there be light and all that. I believe I also add an overlay layer, and I mostly use that blue light from the top left just to do like a highlights, like edge highlights, just as a kind of outline. I wouldn't really call it an outline since it's not solid, but it's there. I also used to add highlights into the shell because it's supposed to be shinier than that weird flesh material. Just adding more shadows, and then taking like the red of the body, putting it into the shadows as if it was the light reflecting from the body onto the floor. I also add the blue onto the body as if it was reflecting back into that. Anyway, I hope you liked today's drawing. Tune in next time for another drawing. Yep, that's what I do here. Goodbye.